Okay, so this is my Professional Experience 3 portfolio. You can see here at the very front I have a piece of paper just highlighting who I am, my contact details in case my folder was ever to be lost. I also have my table of contents that clearly outlines what is in my folder, including numbers that match up to the numbers down the side here. Okay, so flicking straight through to my lesson plans. Every single week starts with a page like this, so I have it clearly set up that I know what week I was in. Again, every single week has my mentor teachers, Laura. She printed out and gave me copies of everything that we were doing in the week, and I would go through and I would highlight where my lessons were. So this one here is for reading, for writing. That's the reader's worksheet lessons, and then the maths lessons, and then there was also a specialty page that we only took the integrated studies lessons for, which is science in Victoria. In week 1 I did things a little bit different, and I would do my weekly overview, and then I would do an individual daily planner, which would highlight what lesson I was doing, and then I would do an individual evaluation of what I did that day, how I went, how my lesson went, before going on to my day 2, which again evaluates. And then I also have my week 1 day 2 writing worksheet, my week 1 day 2 work sample. My week 1 is pretty much set up exactly like this. Moving on to my week 2, I have again my plans from Laura highlighted. Yes, I still was doing daily planners, although I did change this week and I was doing individual lesson plans, just because my lessons were getting a little bit bigger here, and I wasn't as confident yet with my lessons, so I still just wanted to make sure they were clearly detailed for myself. And then I would at the end have my evaluations, which also included the sheet that Laura would give me that she was evaluating me on. So behind that is my written evaluation for the lesson. And then I would have my worksheet. In the case of this lesson, I didn't have any worksheets, but if I flick through to this plan here, I have my lesson plans. My evaluation starts here, goes to here with inclusion of Laura's evaluation of my lesson, and then my reading book workshop worksheet, and then my work samples that went from that lesson, and then follow it on. From week 3 to week 4 and 5, I knew I was going to be doing more lessons, so I decided to change my planning a little bit. I was also a lot more confident in my lessons and my planning and implementing the lessons. So as per all weeks, I had my highlighters, as you can see here. It's increasing quite a bit to how many lessons I am teaching. I then had my weekly overview, so this is what I was now doing for my overall planning. I would have a weekly overview of my lessons. That stated exactly what the learning intention was, what we were going to be doing in each of the lessons, and the ACARA, so the Australian Curriculum link, so where it all linked up. Again, I would then have my worksheets. I was also then stating what worksheet it was. So it was the maths worksheet, integrated studies worksheet, just because I was obviously having a lot more lessons. And then I would have my work samples. And then going on to individual evaluations. The further I got on with this, and then by the end of the week 4 heading into week 5, I did choose to do my evaluations as dot points instead, because after trying to write 5 different evaluations a day was a little bit hard. So I still wanted to make sure that I was doing my evaluations, because I thought it was really good for myself to do a bit of a debriefer every night. And I also still chose to do, I had to do my weekly evaluations of the week, which I chose to keep in a separate part of my folio, and keep this all in order overall, I'm really happy with my folder, and my mentor teacher was extremely happy with my folder and my planning and how easy it was for her to see exactly what I was doing on what days and what lessons I had planned. Thank you.